Khamzat Chimaev finally gets his title shot in the UFC against Dricus Du Plessis, and this fight is not going to be close. Now, if you don't know, last week Dana White announced that at UFC 319, which is going to be August 16th in Chicago, Dricus Du Plessis will defend the middleweight championship against Khamzat Chimaev. And these are two huge fighters going at it who are on insane win streaks, respectively. Now, the odds originally opened at Khamzat Chimaev as around a -200 favorite, and DDP around a +165 underdog, and they've definitely moved some since then. I honestly think maybe a little bit in Khamzat's favor, but it's going to vary based on what sportsbook you look at. But no matter what Vegas says, this fight is not going to be close. They actually have Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira as a way more lopsided fight in Ilia's favor than Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus Du Plessis, which is insane. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing to the channel. We pump out high quality vids multiple times a week, and we are up and coming MMA channel, so I appreciate all the support you guys could get. And it'd be most fun to start supporting the channel now when we're a smaller channel, because when we get big, then we'll have this massive community, and it'll be cool to be part of it from day one. But back to the video. But I'm here to tell you guys Khamzat Chimaev is going to make Dricus Du Plessis look like an amateur. And I know that's crazy to think about when you're like, oh, well, Dricus Du Plessis is on this huge win streak, but let's dive into that. His last win was against Sean Strickland this year, which was not an impressive win. Sean Strickland makes up 2 of Dricus Du Plessis' title wins, one when he won the title and one of his title defenses. And Sean Strickland in each fight fought horribly. And his only claim to fame is that he dominated Israel Adesanya for 5 rounds, which is looking washed at this age. Israel Adesanya hasn't had a win in years, and that was notably Israel Adesanya's worst performance we've ever seen him have in the UFC. Which brings you to DDP's other title win against Israel Adesanya, who I just stated is washed, is on a crazy losing streak. He's not won in years and does not look anything like his former self. And in that fight, Israel Adesanya was piecing up Dricus Du Plessis. If that was going to a scorecard at the rate it was going at, Israel Adesanya would have won the title. But DDP literally fell into a takedown on Israel Adesanya and ended up choking him out off of that. And Israel Adesanya is not an impressive grappler, nowhere near the level of a Khamzat Chimaev. That is not going to happen when you're fighting Khamzat Chimaev. And then when you look at DDP's other most notable win, it is against Robert Whittaker. But there's just an immediate counter to that, as it was a hard-fought fight between Dricus Du Plessis and Robert Whittaker. But when Robert Whittaker faced Khamzat Chimaev, he went out there and got choked out in the first round by Khamzat Chimaev. And it wasn't even a choke. Khamzat Chimaev just broke his jaw after easily holding position on him for a few minutes. It was not a close fight at all. And every one of those guys that I just mentioned that Dricus Du Plessis fought, Khamzat would beat all of them in easier fashion. None of them could handle Khamzat Chimaev's grappling. He would make them look like way worse opponents than Dricus Du Plessis made them look like. So I already mentioned that Khamzat Chimaev destroyed Robert Whittaker, who's a very impressive fighter, in 1 round. But Khamzat Chimaev also beat Kamaru Usman, which people are sleeping on and forgetting about. They're like, oh yeah, it could have been a draw. It was such a close fight. Well, I would hope it would be. Kamaru Usman is arguably the best welterweight of all time. Now, I have him as the second best welterweight behind Georges St. Pierre, but he is no doubt the top 2 welterweights of all time, one of the best fighters in UFC history, and Khamzat Chimaev just beat him. And in the first round, Kamaru Usman is a wrestler. Khamzat Chimaev was just dominating him in the grappling. Now imagine what he's going to do to Dricus Du Plessis, who is nowhere near as good of a grappler as Kamaru Usman is. It's going to be an easy fight. And there used to be the claim that, you know, Khamzat Chimaev's cardio is bad, but no, it's not. We haven't seen that happen in years. Cardio is an overblown issue because people are looking to something to clean on to tear Khamzat Chimaev down. But I just do not believe that's going to be an issue. No athlete at this high of a level is going to have bad cardio, especially when you're a wrestler. Strikers could gas out more when it comes to wrestling because they're not used to it. But as a primary wrestler, Khamzat Chimaev is going to be built for this. And then the only other worry was that throughout Khamzat Chimaev's career, especially at welterweight, he had a lot of health issues, some of which were definitely due or amplified by the extreme weight cut he was undergoing. But since Khamzat Chimaev has moved up to middleweight, 15 pounds heavier, not just your typical 10-pound difference, the health issues have gone way down, and he seemed a lot healthier, so that all should factor in to why Khamzat Chimaev is going to destroy Dricus Du Plessis. You know, people say DDP has plot armor, but so does Khamzat Chimaev. And another great reason to subscribe to this channel is there's a very good chance I go there and I vlog that. So if you want to see that video, another good reason. But either way, if you made it this far in the video, you are a legend. And hopefully I convinced you that Khamzat Chimaev is going to beat Dricus Du Plessis. But if I haven't, let me know down below why you think that is. But with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.